Dude, Mr. Wick, jeez Louise, you were in here quick. Dude, that is so funny. I literally started like 10 seconds, 15 seconds ago. And I was just about to post my live stream. You're in here before I even posted my own live stream. That is crazy. Into the Discord, at least. Wow, as a user. Back 15 seconds ago. Oh, look at that. Do you hear that playback? And that's so funny, Mr. Wick. How are you? By the way, I want to let you know, your Surune. Were you here? Your Surune is a huge success. Huge success. And it was like a success for moi. Hold on, let me... Did you see what happened? Like 2 days... Or, sorry, like the second stream before my last stream. Which... You dealing with some stuff? Oh, nice, 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 nice. Okay. Okay, let me just put this in there because maybe I feel like people might not know if they're new. I'm just going to post it. I don't know if Howie's going to be mad or not because I don't usually post in his Discord that I'm streaming. I usually don't do that, but but I figured, guys, seriously, also this is kind of a miracle that at this time I'm able to do this. Like this week is going to be very weird. Almost like with no real streaming until like Friday. I mean, I hope to be able to do the freaking seasonal thing for Friday. But this week is like for me is like kind of very bad, and it's so funny. Like it literally just happened. Like it happened to be that this was like when the season ended, and then the season is going to start. Because whether or not that was going to happen, I was going to tell everybody like, yeah, this week is going to be not like daily streams, not like craziness or whatever, or just not like the usual thing that I do, right? And then I was going to establish with everybody what's going to happen. And again, it's not like a big change or anything like that. It's not like one of those, like, whatchamacallit, like, you know how people, like, you know, the big streamers are like, guys, a big change is happening. Like, no, this, like, I used to stream differently before the summer, the whole year. And then when the summer came, I had the summer schedule. So people that just tuned in during the summer, which maybe Mr. Wick, you are one of them, maybe, where you've never seen me before, right? Like you've never tuned into the stream before summer. And so like that became like the normal, right? But for the people that have been watching before then, they know that it's in general a different schedule during the school year for kids. So yeah, I was gonna address that, and then like again, it's not even 100% yet because this is only Wednesday. And remember, I privately tutor, kids for math. And so my schedule is very packed, but it starts like from when kids finish school, obviously when they get home, and then it ends kind of very late. And so I think again we're gonna have to kind of revert to going back to I would get home, I would like help my dad here and there in the beginning of the day, and then because he runs a construction business or whatever for his whole life, and so I need to do that, and then I stay with my gramps when everybody else leaves the house. So I live with my grandpa, and 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 then I was thinking, yeah, we got to go back to the original kind of like right before the kids come for the tutoring. I need like I want to stream, right? Like I want to kind of keep this going here, right? But anyways, hold on one second. Let me read what you guys wrote because I was just talking into the air. So good and bad news. You were gonna do a wedding on Friday for the rest, so I was gonna be late. But Storm ended up getting into chicken bones, so I don't feel safe leaving him. Uh, wait. What? Till he passes it. Oh, the wedding man? Like the groom? Oh, never mind. I'm just reading later. Oh, I was gonna say, wait. So good at bad news. I was gonna go to a wedding on Friday. Mr. Wick. Oh, dude, I'm so sorry to hear about your pup. And by the way, for those of you who don't know, Mr. Wick, dude, Mr. Wick is such a nice pup lover, like, dog lover or whatever. Oh my gosh, like, you post so many cute photos, like for real. Like I know that I'm a guy, so I shouldn't feel like it's cute photos, but dude, you seriously, like, dude, the puppy that you have, or puppy slash dog, right? Man, you post so many photos with him that you like, take him on a walk and stuff like that. Bro, we know you love him, so he's like part of the family. Aw. How did he? Well, but in general, by the way, so I have a dog as well, but not like me, but like my grandparents, right? Like it's kind of theirs or whatever. Um, and then my sisters take care of it here and there and whatever. But my dog loves bones, but I'm guessing he swallowed a big boy accidentally, or a pointy boy. The pointy ones. The pointy ones could kill. Like if they get stuck in your freaking your like the dog's tract. Well, even for a human, if you like swallowed like a or whatever, dude. So yeah, seriously, I hope that everything's okay with the puppy. Mr. Clark, hello. Of course, I see you as well. Um, Guys, I haven't logged on to Diablo 2. Oh my gosh, I haven't logged on to Diablo 2 since the end of the ladder. Like I don't even know when this went away until I just, oh my gosh. By the way, this whole account was completely fresh for streaming. So this is the first season. Yeah, because last season I did that on my personal account, like from back in the day. This was like supposed to be like the main streaming account, like Diablo 2 D2R, like Battle.net account or whatever. So I have literally nothing on non-season, so it's gonna be very easy to transfer. But I feel like maybe not enough people do videos about this. And again, I'm kind of lucky. Normally, guys, I would not be available at this time. Like, there's no way on a regular Monday through Friday day. There's no way I'd be available at this time to stream, and probably by the time it's evening, I'll be like so like, oh my gosh, I gotta go to sleep, and just like, or like I just gotta eat, you know, shower, blah blah blah, and I just gotta freaking go to sleep. Like, probably the evening streams will, again, if anybody like goes back to like my older content, I didn't really have much older late night streams. I've only done them selectively, right? Oh, let me see. It was smoked, the chicken. So the ones that were soft. Yeah, that's your worst fear, dude. So you're gonna make some chicken and rice, chicken and rice for him. Oh my gosh. And you see, and if you see any blood in his stool, instantly goes to the vets. Yeah. But that's the thing. Oh my gosh. But the thing is, like, you're even lucky that, I don't know exactly what happened, right? But you're lucky that nothing happened like that would, like, well, kill the dog immediately. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because if something, like, how are you gonna get that stuff out of his throat or his little like intestines that like go to stomach? If something like bad got like clogged it, or like got stuck in there, bro, I don't think that any medical professional or even veterinarians like do that stuff. Like, and if they do, like, holy smokes, like, I don't know how they would even. I know the people have machines now and robots and stuff like that, but like, that's very scary. That's very scary. You know what I mean? Yes, but see, but that's what a different thing is, right? Like, for example, if a bone got like, you know, you can't really get a freaking big ass bone out of there, or even a small ass bone that got stuck. You can't get that out with CPR because air is not gonna get it unstuck, right? Like breathing into somebody's mouth or like into your dog's mouth, that ain't gonna get anything unstuck. Like if it's stuck, it's stuck. Like, you know what I'm saying? Not in a like who cares, but like in the sense that like, dude, it's kind of over. Like I don't know. Like I don't know how like even vets would help. And if it's like if they don't get like infections from that or whatever could go wrong, you know? Jeez Louise. But yeah. My dog also loves, like I said, my previous dog, oh, loved bones. But we realized that she would just like not gobble them up, not gobble them up, but she wouldn't care to bite them like so much to like disintegrate them, you know, to like mush them up into nothing. She would just like take the bigger chunks, and whenever she like broke up enough, she would just swallow. And then we just stopped giving her like full bones. We would literally give her like the, oh gosh, what is that thing called? Like where the thing meets, you know, where the, like this part right here, right? You would give her that, and she, oh yeah, she'd love that. You know what I mean? Like these things right here, like the stuff that like is connected. Like what is that called? Now I'm blanking. I should know all this, just as a freaking normal person. It's not like a medical thing. But like the joints. Oh yeah, the joints of whatever. Mm-hmm. And then we decided to just like do that, and like literally the bone part, like screw that. We just stopped giving it to her, you know? Yeah, the cartilage of the joints. Oh yeah, yeah. Hey, what's up, Mr. T-Bone? Yeah. Oh my gosh, you reached down the dog's throat and pulled out sticks and bones? Jeez Louise, man. Come on now. First of all, let's see what non-ladder looks like on this account. Again, it's going to be completely fresh. There's nothing to do here. And we're not really going to be doing anything today. We're just going to clear this out, kind of talk about the schedule, I don't really have any plans for, you know what I mean? Like, we're not going to be doing anything. But, like, look at this. So, by the way, for the people that have never transferred over gear from seasonal to non-seasonal, and again, this is mostly for probably like the the VOD watchers that are going to watch this video or this stream later, or like in the future. Oh, you worked at a vet and a dog care center? Ooh, Mr. Wick, I almost don't want to see what you've seen. All your characters are deleted. You did what Howie did? Gosh darn you, man. I don't know. I'm not about that though. I'm about keeping memories. And you know, again, I don't do any of the crazy JSP stuff, but I am about keeping memories. And so like if I don't know. I don't do that. I don't like I know that it's just code in a computer game, in a computer system that really could just be replaced anywhere, but or it doesn't matter, like Diablo 2 could just like instantly shut down tomorrow and then we'd lose all of our stuff anyway. But I do like to keep my stuff, and or at least my stuff that matter to me. Like I gave away the Burt and the Jaw to Wedge like literally 2 days before the season ends, and Mr. I don't know, some because Wedge said that like Mr. Goat or something like that wanted to make an Infinity, and I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to use them for the season. Yes, of course I could keep them for non-season, but you know, so I gave those things away. Like it's not about that. It's just about keeping memories alive, you know? For me, at least. That's just me. By the way, my whole prerogative about this channel was to keep memories and keep track of my journeys, like on Diablo 2 single player, even like that was the main purpose of this channel. Just by the way, guys, I know you guys might be like shocked, like because Jables does the ladder thing, like I did ladder, crazy ladder stuff and engagement last season, but until the Warlock came out, I was just a single player. Like I didn't do really that much ladder. I just did single player. I did ladder many a gazillion times way back in the day, but I just realized like if they're not going to update or anything, like it's just not for me. And then when the Warlock came out, I'm like, oh snap, like let's try this out, let's try the Warlock, let's do this. I'm excited about the ladder, right? That was kind of my thing. But Mr. T-Bone, you crazy man, you crazy man. Yeah, of course, you can't take it with you, but I like the memories. You know? Last thing the craziest thing you saw was a Puggy mix. Drink out of a water bowl, and there was a bee in it. Oh my gosh, dude. Don't even worry about, well, okay, let's keep wrong. Dog ended up having an allergic reaction, so you guys ended up having to give up the pup half a pill of Benadryl. Oh, okay. Well, that's not the worst. I was gonna say I thought that he drank the bee and the bee stung him and he freaking died. By the way, I know a person. Well, knew a person. You know, rest in peace, no longer with us. I knew a person that drank a bottle of whatever he probably like alcohol, probably beer. Again, like it was just a drink. He literally drank a thing with. Whoops! Oh, I thought that somebody was knocking on the door. With a bee, but again, can I confirm that it was a bumblebee or a bee or a what's the other type? You know, like the bees that like the pollinating bees and or whatever. Yeah, and he almost did die. Dude, I know a person, a human being that drank a beverage, and it was just like at a wedding, like at an open place wedding or whatever. Like I don't even remember it, like yeah. But it was like it was an event. And he wasn't like my cousin or anything, but he was like, I knew the guy. Like, I knew the guy. We weren't like close friends. Dude, he drank a thing, and I guess a bee like got in because it was outside. And nobody checked. Of course, like, who checks, right? And the bee like stung something down here. And dude, by the time the ambulance came, I mean, he was gone. Because the whole thing just like clogged up. Everything was just like, there's no air, there's nothing. Like, holy smokes. I know. Yeah, and by the way, so rest in peace. Like, straight up just died. Again, we weren't like close, but it's somebody that I knew, that I was like there when that happened. I'm like, what? Like, what happened? Because again, I wasn't like there right next door to him, like right next to him when this happened. It was just like one of those like, oh, the ambulance is showing up. Like, what's going on? What's happening, right? Like, did somebody get in a fight, right? Like, people thought that something else happened. And no, dude, this guy just freaking drank a thing with a bee in it. And the bee, like, got swallowed. So it didn't, like, sting him here, right? It got swallowed. And then who knows where it exactly, like, stung him, like, during the process of coming down. And bro. So, that's the thing about bees. But anyways, guys. That's like negative, like... yeah, and you took a price of wood, so the dog wasn't... Wait. The vet said that the dog wouldn't be alive. Oh, without you. Wait, maybe you like, probably AI like changed, or like the auto spell thing changed. You ended up taking a price of wood so the dog wasn't seizing. Yeah, so it stung the dog on the roof of the mouth. But see, like, that's even like pretty not bad. Meaning it's still here. It's still something that you can control, right? If something is in your freaking intestines and your freaking, you know, like your esophagus, like down there, bro, forget about that. Like, to help an animal or a human or anybody when that happens, geez Louise, that's scary. But anyways, hold on, guys. I want to kind of... or not, hold on. You could keep talking, of course, Mr. Wick. Of course, Mr. T-Bone, and anybody that's here. I'm just saying, I kind of want to showcase what taking out your stash might look like. And, hold on, but now I actually have to kind of think about this. Let me see. So as you guys could see right there, just FYI, that if you were to make a brand new account and you were in a season, you have nothing in your previous shared stash, right? Right, you have nothing here. How should I do this? Does it matter how I do this? Because this is interesting. Like, even for somebody that's not new to Diablo 2, but new to the whole prospect of this, like new to D2R. Because you see, these pages, these shared stash pages, will be, oh, and you're saying, oh, a piece of wood. I see. Sorry, guys, for the people that are talking about, or that I was talking about, the stash. A piece of wood. Oh, I see. I see that you put it in his mouth so he wouldn't bite off his own tongue because the roof of the mouth goes right to the brain, which is, well, yeah. Yeah. By the way, our mouths, our faces, people don't realize like everything is connected to the brain. Even our teeth, like they have like literal what you call it, like the synapses, like all like the connections of even nerves or anything is literally directly to our freaking brain. Everything in the face. And of course, like alongside the body, like you have the spinal cord that's giving signals to the brain and stuff like that. Like everything is technically doing that. But this is so directly right here, right? Like your stuff, like your teeth, your mouth, your nose, everything, like your ears, dude. Everything is right here. So anything that goes wrong there, not good. Not good. Okay. Let me think about this. Let me think about this. How would I want to do this? Like, it's always an issue transferring over your stuff to non-ladder. But I do want to showcase it. Hold on one second. Let me check on one thing. I'll be right back because I hear some sounds. I'll be right back, guys. Okay, sorry about that, guys. I did have to say something to somebody, and I didn't know how long that was going to take. But, anyways, okay. Whew. All right. Okay, so I remember something. Last time I did this was obviously like last season. Because I don't want to screw this up. There's actually a very nice method to doing this. Okay, I think I know what I want to do. Okay. I think so. Let's see. What the heck? I don't want to look like an idiot when I do this. But I remember there was a freak... Gosh darn it, no. Why doesn't it work? Guys, I remember literally this worked before. No, that's not what I want. Yes, that works. I know that. Why doesn't it work like normally? Hold on. See, it's making the sound. What? Why doesn't it do the original thing? Do I still have an account where I can name something? What do you mean? Like the Anya quest? Like the personalization? Yeah, of course I do, but like everything is, you know, personalized to that character's name that was originally there. I don't know which characters I have that could do that. Probably a lot. Most of them, actually. Yeah, I probably have like... Yeah, all of them. Yeah. Because I never personalize anything. I have not like used that quest like to personalize anything in a freaking... I don't know, like in a decade, in like 10 years. You know, maybe I personalize something for fun here and there. But like not this season, not last season. Yeah, I don't really do that. Maybe on single player I have, just for the fun of it. And but what's going on here, guys? This is kind of crazy. What is going... Do you see this? I could have sworn that I was able to do that. I've done that in the past. And you know what I did? I made my inventory full on purpose so that I can like literally just take those things out and directly put them in there. Do you guys hear that? It's like something is going on. Whoa. What just happened? Oh, wait. Ah, that's what I did. Yes. Okay, now I know. So I think I'm going to make a video, like I'm going to record a separate thing here. Yes, that's what I freaking knew. I knew it. I knew that was possible. I knew it. So hold on, let's double check this again. Control Shift. Wait, what? Control Shift. Oh. Just regular control. Oh, wait, just regular control the whole time? We found it, boys. Okay, so it's just regular control. Yeah, to name the Infinity, Mr. Wick. I mean, I'll do it for you if you want to, but I mean, do you want to do that? but I'll do it for you. I'm pretty sure, and we could even use any of the characters that I want, like that you have, or sorry, that I have that you would want the name of. But if you want like the official Sir Jable's Gaming one, yeah, I could do that one too. That would be cool. Like if you want to have a memory of me rolling that one, you know, if you're not gonna like ever trade or anything like that, and if you don't care that your name's on it, yeah, we could do that. All right, so we figured something out, dude. I can't believe that I didn't. I could have sworn I've done it even faster before. What the heck, bro? So this doesn't help. This doesn't work like the regular way that I thought that it would work. I could have sworn I've done that. Say less. Yeah, boy. This is so interesting. I can't believe that this is not working. Hold on. But again, like, what can I say, right? Or what can I do? Sir Jable's Gaming. Which is like the first official title. But see, that's what I was thinking about here. That like, what the heck, bro? Like, man, I remember there was such an easier way to do this. That perfect one made you farm faster? Yeah, I know. I didn't make the infinity. I just gave those runes away. Or, sorry, I gave away the Jaw and the Burr rune that I had to Mr. Wedge. And I believe it was Mr. like Goat TTV or whatever. He kind of joined the Discord a little bit later, like in the season. Like, kind of towards the end. And I think he had like some things that he wanted to get going. I don't know exactly his story or like what he's using them for or whatever. But like I know that he wanted Infinity and Wedge, and I trust Wedge. Like Wedge is such a nice human being that like he's like, yeah, I'm helping Goat make his thing. And all I needed was like a Vex rune and an Ohm rune, and I'm like, yeah, you guys can take this. I don't know if you were there for the live stream or whatever. Hey, be careful, Mr. Wick. Be careful with that chicken and rice, because you know what happened last time. Let's not remind ourselves, right? Let's not do that. Ooh, what is this? Whoa. What? Why do I have this? Did somebody give this to me? I'm like, blue book. Because I kind of not abandoned this character, but this wasn't my main character anymore. You know, this used like in the beginning of the ladder, this I thought that this was going to be, and then I got this GG demon, which I think is still the best demon I've ever found ever. Who knows? But and then I'm like, oh no, I can't respec. I can't do it. So I just made a new character. But oh, okay, chicken breast. Very good, Mr. Wick. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I was gonna say, man, don't be cooking up some, I mean, chicken legs for you, and then like you could just give the broth or like what we would do a lot of the time for our puppy and for our dogs and stuff is you would like we would cook like regular human food, right? Like the things that we eat. And then we would take like a little bit of the broth or whatever that we made from the soup and pour it over like their food, or like, for example, if we had, you see what I'm saying. I'm sure you know all that. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So there's no bones, of course. Mm-hmm. That sounds good. Okay. So I think that's what I'm gonna do, guys. Just by the way, here, should I do a video about this or no? Maybe I should. Hold on. I would love it if I could create one more character. Oh, that's so funny. Look at this. This is not possible to click. Dude, I can't believe we can make even another character. How many freaking characters can I have? That's crazy. Which is actually fantastic. But why don't they do that to allow more and more things? You know what I mean? Okay. And then also Chronicle. Whoop, not Chronicle. You know? Yeah, I know. I mean, that's literally like you can't control. Dude, smoked stuff or whatever stuff just is so awesome. It's so good that you can't blame any animal for freaking gobbling it up, you know? You can't do that. Okay. So, yeah, I think this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to show off what we can do. And it was control, right? Yeah, it was just control. Okay. So, Mr. Wick, hold on. I'm going to kind of not talk to the chat for a little bit. I'm going to try to make this video as concise as possible, but I'm going to click a button on my streaming thing where it's going to record a separate video for me. And then I could upload that to YouTube as one of those official videos. You know how people just like upload videos or whatever. I'll do that, and I'll be literally just talking to the screen. So my apologies. But just so that you know, I won't be talking to you specifically on the chat at all. Like, I'll just be kind of focusing on transferring this gear, and it shouldn't take long, if that's okay. Yeah. And it's not going to take long. I'm just going to transfer all that stuff, and it should be very quick because you could do it with like right clicking and stuff like that. But I feel like maybe people have not shown this off that much, and I'm like, might as well do it. Again, I don't care that much about videos like being posted, but I guess whatever helps the algorithm like get my name out there, or like just like get this channel out there, you know, just so that people like have fun and see me and stuff like that. So let me do that. All right. And I'm gonna do like the whole "what's up YouTube" thing, so you know, just so that you know. All right. Whoopsie doopsie. Alrighty, Roo. What's up, YouTube? Jables here. Welcome in, everybody. Hello. I'm going to be showing you guys how to... Whoops. Sorry about that. I'm going to be showing you guys how to transfer over your gear from seasonal to non-seasonal. And I feel like not many people have showcased this exactly. But as a little background, this is what I think everybody should do. When you get everything transferred over, which I'll show you guys that I have not touched anything yet, I would recommend making a fresh non-ladder character. Just like after season is done, you make a fresh character if you have enough character slots, which I didn't even think that I would have enough character slots, but I did. So I made Sir Jables here, and I went into my own game here just to show you guys. And that means that I have a full person, like everything is empty, okay? Now, if you have played seasons prior to this season and you have transferred over stuff from there before, that will be shown here, okay? So any gems that you have found before, like for example, this is from this season because I was just trying something out right before making this video. But this account that I made, for example, never had a season that I was on it beforehand. So this is all empty for me. But for you guys, this might be a little bit full. This might be a little bit full. This might be a little bit full, right? And especially your shared stash is going to be full all of the pages or how many ever pages you used. Okay? But why did I make this new character? It's because what I'm gonna show you on how to transfer this stuff very quickly, it is probably the best to have a full empty inventory, and very possibly, again, I'm going to show you what I'm going to do here for my first ever transfer from a seasonal to non-seasonal character on an account. So like if an account is fresh that you have never played a previous season on, this is probably the way to do it without having so much frustration. Do you see what I'm saying? Without having just without getting frustrated all the time. So this is what I figured out here, guys. And I remember something else. I could have sworn I did even an easier version of this transfer, but it doesn't seem to work. So by the way, you might be saying, well, what am I looking at? Like there's nothing here, Jables. Okay. Well, if you're on the personal stash tab, there is nothing here. But once you go here or any of these, notice that there's this remove only button. Do you see this? And it's only visible for shared gems, materials, and runes, not on the personal stash tab, which is kind of very important because people might not realize that, and they say, what happened to all my items? Or maybe they're like, oh, maybe they will just naturally transfer, and then they leave it be, and then by next wseason, all of their items get poof, disappear, and go away, which would be a very sad thing. Okay, for those of you who care about having some memories about your previous seasons, what you found, yada yada. So you need to literally, like, look at this. If you go into your stash tab, you will not see this thing right here right away. You need to go to shared gems, materials, or runes, either of those, and there's going to be a remove only option. Now, this is what I came up with. When you go in here, do you see how now when I'm transferring over here, it's going into something else? Yes, this is last season's findings. Everything that you have put together from last season is going to be when this checkmark box is on. So this is how I would go about doing this, which, by the way, let's just preface some things. So the gems, materials, and the runes have special tabs for themselves. But the shared stash is literally just like this. Just how you left it. It's gonna be like that. So, and personal, of course, has nothing. So now, or it has whatever you have on it from the character that you just put on there. Okay, so here's how I would go about doing it. I would say leave the shared stash till the very end. I want to show you guys how to do this on the quicks, and I think you guys will appreciate it. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold Control, so the Control button, and I'm going to right click, not left click, how you would normally click on something. Right click, and all of these will, in groups of 3, will be moved to my empty inventory. And guess what? We're not going to be going out of this and then going back to anything. Watch what's going to happen. So I just want to show you guys something. This is what I have currently, right? A non-ladder. This is from my ladder findings. So watch what's going to happen. Control, right click, right click, right click, right click, right click, right click, right? Watch what's going to happen. Now, I'm not going to even get out of here. All I'm going to do is keep that control button going. And all I'm going to do is left click now. Control left click. Now, yes, this might be a little bit annoying because you might have a lot of stuff. You know? You might have a lot of stuff. But guess what? This is the best Blizzard could do for us, I guess. I mean, I don't know. But this is what you do. And now I'm going to show you where all that went. Which, again, as you see, I did not get out of the Remove Only tab at all. I don't have to drag anything. But now watch. If I do this, everything is accumulating in my non-seasonal, non-ladder stash tab. And then again, I could go back. Just hold down Control and right-click to take them out. Right? Because you could left-click as well, but it just takes them out one by one. But you could do that, right? And if you try other things, I've tried several things. I've tried Control right-clicking, Control Shift right-clicking. I've tried a lot of things. Because I could have sworn something that was a little faster than this existed, but I don't think it does anymore. Or maybe I'm just one of those Mandela effects where, who knows, you thought that something was happening and it wasn't. Or like, you know, yada yada. I'm guessing same thing happens here. Let's see. Do I have to change anything? No, I do not. And look at this. If I undo that, yep, everything is transferring exactly how I have it set up. And all you got to do is right click. And then unfortunately, the hard part, or like the annoying part that people would say, would be to control left click everything individually. Now this is a freaking pain in the butt. This is gonna be. But, I mean, what you gonna do? Same thing here. Like, look at this. And by the way, if you don't care about all the low runes or whatever, you don't have to transfer everything. I mean, it's up to you, really. However, especially, by the way, if you have like close to 99 of everything on non-ladder, then you might have to, you know, do some finagling. And if you want to, you know, spare and use all of your runes as, you know, for your treasure chest and to have like a little big collection. But obviously you probably wouldn't have 99 of these high runes, but I'm just saying, like, these little low guys and mid guys, you might have to, you know, like, look at this. By the way, this was supposed to be just a showcase video, but like, look how quickly I'm doing this. Like, it's not that bad, okay? And obviously, if you start having 99s of everything, like, yes, it does start becoming kind of crazy. And especially, like, I'm a little scared of this gems tab, right? I kind of don't want to go through all of this. Especially also these. But again, this is not really that much of a big deal here. But like, look at this. This is not that bad. People think that this takes hours. Probably doesn't. And you know what? I might as well just finish these guys. Just to show everybody in real time, so nobody's saying like, oh man, yeah, you just showcase like a little bit of something and then, but like, look at these Eth runes. Like, do I care about all these Eth runes? Probably no. Like, I don't need to transfer all these Eth runes to non-ladder if I didn't want to. I could literally just leave them in this remove only tab and they will just disappear by next ladder. So not this upcoming ladder, they will disappear on the next upcoming ladder, right? And yeah, so just make sure you're holding control This is a nice little tactic, I think. I don't know if people know about this. I mean, hopefully, because I wish that really Blizzard did something like you can hold and click and for it to transfer over right away. You know what I'm saying? Because if you hold shift, like, it's not, no, it doesn't seem to work or anything like that. Unless if somebody's way more genius than me and knows how to do this faster. But like, see? Boom. All my runes are done. Right? Same thing here. Like, look at this. Like, you could just keep doing this forever. But it wouldn't take that much crazy, unless if you're a crazy, you know, grinder who has a gazillion of everything. I don't think it's like, you know, an issue. Okay, let's double check though that we're actually putting everything in correctly. Let's see. Yes, it's coming in correctly. Very nice. But by the way, these shards are going to be way more rare next season. And I'm guessing that's retroactively happening for non-ladder. So any ladder shards that you have accumulated that you want to, let's say, use on non-ladder in the future or whatever, yeah, they're going to be way rarer according to the patch notes. Again, I cannot confirm or deny how rare they will be, but it's probably not a good idea to just, if you ever plan on playing non-ladder, to just, you know, get rid of them for no reason. You might as well shift them over because it's not the end of the world again. And can you use probably like some kind of a program to help you click? Sure, I'm not about those things, so that's a no-go for me. But if you have, like, you could just like mouse over your stuff and the program will just click it for you or whatever. I don't know if that's allowed, actually, to be honest with you. Again, just out of curiosity, look at how quickly we can do this, boys. And just hold down control. Hold down control, right click when you're taking out, left click when you're putting in. So right click, right click, right click, right click. Left click, left click, left click, left click. Right? And there we go. Runes, mats, oh gosh, and gems. Alright, so I will do these guys later. But for the video, I mean, how many is this? It's kind of a lot. But you know what? It's probably going to take less for me to think about it and just do it than actually not talk about it and not do it. But essentially, what can you also do in the meantime? So if you, for example, don't want to have these lower gems, right, all over the place, which there are some pros and cons to that, because now that everything is transferred to non-ladder, boys, you might consider some crafting stuff, right? Crafting stuff requires different tiers of gems, all right? And obviously this is the most important gem right here. Everybody uses that for crafting. But also at the same time, you can tell that these are the most important to be perfect, right? However, keeping a lot of flawless of these, or even the regular versions, right, will allow you to use gem shrines, specifically for these guys, to make them perfect amethysts for crafting. You know what I'm saying? So that helps out a lot. And you don't need to, you know, constantly cube things, because you're actually losing if you do cube things. Like every time that you cube three of these, you're losing 2 of them. When if you had a gem shrine 3 times, you would make all of them perfect amethysts. If you guys follow what I'm saying here. So I always like to keep, as a rule of thumb, like let's say that I'm getting kind of a little bit up there on my gems, right? As a rule of thumb, and by the way, you can kind of see this as well, I like to keep around 30. Now, I got a little lazy, and so I started keeping more of these and more of these, because I just didn't have time to like cube them up. But I like to keep around 30. You can keep around 20. You can keep around 10 of each, but I wouldn't go under 10. Because you never know when you're going to need to cube up a rune or something, and it's going to need a regular ruby, or a flawed topaz, or a flawed emerald. And then you're going to be going around wishing that you didn't get rid of all of your flawed and chipped and regular gems, right? You're gonna then you're gonna be like, oh no, man, I should have kept that. And to get one is very random. Like, it's very incredibly random. So like there's no way, unless if you trade for it, to like cube something up that you really wanted to cube or whatever, or like, you know, try like a recipe with something, right? There's no real way to get those, unless if you're just playing through the game. And if you're impatient, then like I said, you should keep a little bit of everything, especially, even again, because people might say like, okay, who cares about the low runes? But even the low runes, I would keep, because by the way, let's look at this. This video so far, we're at roughly 20 minutes, and we're almost done with the main things here. But the gems are the worst, I will say. The gems are definitely the worst, because like, look at how much this is. I would love if they can make it so that we don't have to like left click each one, that we can like control shift right click so that it automatically goes to the other. But that might be too much of a, like, I don't know, like a coding restriction of realm changes. But like, by the way, just keep your mouse, go up and down. Of course, you miss things here and there, but you know, you do this. It's not that bad. I know people are going to complain that this video probably is too long of me doing nothing and just doing this. But this is a showcase, literally, of what a seasonal transfer looks like and how long it takes. It's not as crazy as people think it is, and as long as people think it would be. But remember, you need to know the shortcuts, because if you're gonna do this one by one, which by the way for these it is one by one, right? I wish that there was somewhat, like, I'm trying things out right now, guys, like control shift, control and right clicking and the other way, but yeah, it doesn't matter. So the only thing that really works is the control button, okay? And it's left click versus right click. Right click to take things out in groups of 3, and left click to put them back in. And look at this, we could just show you again. See, I'm literally putting it into my original stash tab, not the remove only, which is the previous season's stash tab. And you know what's sad about if people don't know about this? Because again, like when you go in here, it doesn't seem like anything is there. Like, oh, like how do I transfer over? You have to click on these other things to see the remove only portion. And that's the most important thing. And then, you know, you transfer all the other stuff over, especially your runes, your materials, you know, for sure. That is the best, or the most valuable. If anything, it would be the runes for sure, right? Depending on what you guys have. Well, yeah, in real time, let's see how long this takes. And then I'll showcase what to do with your actual inventory. And for that, you definitely want to have an empty inventory. Whoops. But see, we're almost done, guys. We're literally almost done. People would be like, oh gosh. But it's not as bad as people think. It should take you roughly, if you have a fresh account with not, you know, with emptiness, this should not be that bad. Now, if you have an account with a lot of things already from your things, then actually it's also not as bad, because you either not take out as much anymore, right? You just don't take out all of them, right? Like if you, like let's say you already have 99 chip gems, 99 flawed diamonds, 99 regular diamonds, and 90 flawless diamonds, right? On your non-ladder, then all you have to do, you would abandon these, unless if you want to keep cubing everything up to make perfect diamonds. But you could just abandon a lot of them if you, well, I mean, if that's your prerogative, or if you want to trade them off or whatever, or use them up, you know, incredibly quickly, so that you don't waste all the diamonds and all the gems that you have found thus far, right? But again, it's not like a make or break situation. Gems, not a big deal. Runes though, these higher runes, of course, like maybe the runes on the first 2 rows are like, you know, like you don't need, you know, to worry about them that much. But anything past those 2 rows, you should be transferring over and not thinking that it's just like nothing, like a nothing burger, right? But look at this. Even the amount of crazy amounts of gems that I never traded away last season that I just kept. Whoa. And look at that. That brings me back to, look at this. That accidentally actually took me out of here. And now we only have remove only here. Here. See? This is done. Do you see how there's no remove only here? No remove only here. No remove only here. I'm done. There's nothing else left there. Alright, so now for the big thing. For the shared stash. So you're going to click on remove only. Now this is what I like to do. I like to actually keep it consistent of how I organized it from before. Now this is going to be a pain in the butt, because anything that is but this is nice, it doesn't reset your page. So if you're on page 5, you're on page 5. Look at this. So unfortunately with Annies, with things like this, Hellfire Torch, anything that you could only have 1 of, you need to take them out 1 by 1. Okay, but I will showcase, right, because there's nothing, yeah. But I will showcase the other thing. Oh, or I could do that. Hey, that's not bad either. I didn't even think about that. Alright, but look at this. So now that I have my Annies ready, right? this is what I'm going to do for the rest of my stuff. If you notice how things get stacked up into your inventory, you can use that as an advantage to sort your things the way they have been sorted thus far. So look at this. If I do this, do you see how they're coming up like that way? Now watch what happens here. I could literally sort them the same way I have sorted my other stuff. So watch, I just have to hold Control and left click and just keep going. This is kind of cool. And watch how quickly this will happen. Whoops. Okay, so we got to stop there actually. Whoops. Okay, that's fine. So whenever you get to the last 2 rows, it'll start sifting and showing, or sorry, and putting them in different places. But up until then, look at this. Look, it's literally creating the same organization that I have created if I go from bottom to up. Do you see that? From bottom to up. Because again, you have to know how they, whoops, how they are categorized. And they're categorized like the way that they, you know, pop in when you just Control Shift click them. So look at this. I'm just going to keep putting them in here, baby. Whoops. That's not what I want to do. Oh no. This is going to be a problem. Okay, so yeah, once, like I said, once you have the 2 rows left of anything, of your inventory or of this inventory, it will start to change the way that it takes things out, which is very interesting, but at least I know exactly how these are. So I'm going to put them starting from the top. Yeah, if you really care about your organization, then the last 2 rows you will have to do a little bit manually. Like, look at this. If I have, oh, nice. If I have an empty non-ladder stash, like from a new account, then this is the way to do it. Okay? So this is my non-ladder now. And this is my ladder. Now it's empty from page 5. So we're going to go to page 4. We're going to go to, oh, and I almost forgot, guys. We're going to, don't forget to transfer your gold over. But for gold, you definitely want to use one of your, like, previous ladder characters that have, that are a higher level, so that you can transfer gold faster. Okay? Because your character level dictates how much gold you can hold at once. But like, look at this. So we're gonna go back to here. Now look, this is one of my favorite tabs. Look what I'm gonna do. Starting from the bottom right, we're gonna go up, up, up until this last 2 rows. Oh, wait. Wait, so is the other way around? Why? Why is that doing that? Stop it. Stop it. Why is that happening? Oh, what? Okay, hold on, guys. So maybe I'm an idiot. What? Why is that happening? Okay, well, there's that. Horrible showcase. Okay, so if it's gonna go from the top, so let's go this way. For big items, okay. So again, once you have these like 2 rows worth of things, Why doesn't it do that? Oh my gosh, this is horrible. Okay, so some of this stuff, guys, I'm sorry, but what? Again, you have to look for like the patterns or whatever. So bad. Like, Of course it doesn't put it in the right spot. Of course. Okay, next. Let's go back to here. Ooh. Another one that's kind of a little bit crazy, but at least we only have one Annie in here. And if I like the organization, remember, if you have been keeping your things organized throughout the season, this will be a nice, easy thing for us, right? But because of this, what I'm probably going to want to do, though, is a little bit frustrating. But maybe I'm going to want to put these separately really quickly. Okay. So these guys are going to go here. Okay, let's see if this works. Yes. Okay, so it does work. Okay. So again, you control left click. Ooh, but this is gonna come into an issue here. One, two, three. What if I do this, maybe? But then again, I don't even know if that... Whoops. Yeah, the problem is kind of like it's not all consistent, you know? So, I mean, there is that. Oh, that's not nice. Oh, that is so not nice. You know? Do we have to improvise a little bit here? Did anything get messed up? Maybe. But it does seem pretty accurate here, right? That's what's left and that's what's missing. Okay, so things like this. This. You want to kind of put it into its place. Let's see if this works nicely. I'm going to be a little skeptical. I feel like this is going to go... This might not go up. Okay, let's see. Stop it. The trick is to get them to go in a row. Yes. Okay. Oh yeah, hold on. Now we could pick this up. Whoops. Pick that up, put that bad boy in here, and then boom, boom. Oh yeah, that's right. Whenever you have two rows, that's going to happen. So it's very interesting that that happens. But there's that. Okay. Next. The bigger the items, of course, the easier the transfer. And we could do that, well, just manually, I would say. If you have any, you know, concerns or whatever. Look at this. Boom. Just make sure you do all of this, because if you don't, all of the items in the remove only section are gonna go poof. That's the problem. So we're gonna go backwards this way. Oh, come on. Okay. So again, sometimes you're gonna have to do it manually if you care about how it's presented. Okay, so we're gonna go backwards here. Look at this. I'm literally just gonna put everything backwards, and then we'll put it in the other way backwards, so that we keep the consistency. Look at this. So instead of being on the left side, it's gonna be on the right side. Yeah. Exactly. Look at this. We're almost done, boys. But you could do it like this as well, like one remove after another. Okay. Now here's the last piece. You know, this will, you know, take a little bit. Here, let's see. What should we do with these guys? If I want the same consistency that I had before, but maybe I don't even need to do that. Maybe. I think I know what I want to do. Okay. Oh, that's right. Sunders, you cannot have more if they have been rolled than, well, than one in your inventory, right? However, look at this. Everything else. Whoops. What is this? Cow Kings. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is kind of mess up my whole setup, which is a little bit not too fun, but it's okay. Let's put those there. This. Oh, and now this whole thing happens, huh? Yeah, look at that. Okay, there's different strategies that you guys can use. But I like to have things categorized a little bit, right? So for example, you need to keep that you know, like, oh, actually I could put these guys and that all up here, right? So look at this, so that I could keep it consistent, you know? Yeah, look at that. And then I could keep going these. Let's see how this goes. Boom, boom, boom. Very nice. then this. Let's see how this goes. Will this all be kind of segregated together? Yes, it will. And then okay, now remember, now that you have the 2 rows left, this will no longer be the thing that you thought it was going to be. And you're going to need to do this either manually if you like your setup, or just whatever. Oh, and by the way, I don't know why that's... Oh yeah, that's right. That was just a placeholder. But, ta-da! We are done. Essentially, we're done. The only thing that's still left is what? The money. Now, let me just demonstrate what I mean. If you're a low level, you're going to have to keep going like this, back and forth. Okay, with 10,000. However, let's go on a high level character, like a 94 level character. Let's join up and watch this. Remove only. We're gonna look at this. Because I'm 94, I could carry 940,000 gold, and all I gotta do is this and this. I take it out and I put it in. I take it out, and you could technically use an enter key, right? Enter, remove only, take out, put in, take out, put in, take out, put in. So the closer to 99 you are, you're about to, you're going to be taking out close to 1 million gold each, which is very nice and easy. Whoops. Take out, put in, and finally, whoops, come on. Finally, take out, and look at that. Once you are completely finished, this is a good way to tell whether or not you are finished, is this. If you're on the last character that you're, using this for, if you go to any of these, you will see that I no longer have the remove only section. And voila, we are done. So that is the kind of like mini tutorial, I guess. If anybody has never done this before, again, there are many tips and tricks based on how things get like put in, right? Like, remember how I was showing you guys this? They always stack like little small 1 icon items stack from the bottom right to the top left, right? That's just how it goes. And so if you like your organization from season, and let's say you have a clean slate on the non-season, you can categorically make this way easier on yourself than normal. For the actual items themselves, right? There's different things that people do. For this, I 100% implore you, use the control key and do right click to take out 3, and then you're gonna unfortunately have to do control left click to put them back in, but it's pretty quick. So thanks for watching, YouTube. I hope you guys enjoyed. On your way out, if you enjoyed the video, make sure you hit the thumbs up button and make sure you're subscribed as well, and I will hopefully see you in the next season. All right, peace out, everybody. Adios, amigos. Bye bye, bye bye, and Jables out. Woo. Okay, one quick break. Mr. Wick, everybody, don't worry, we're not going anywhere. That was just for the YouTube video. right, we are back. Okay, so we essentially are done with our actual shared stash transfer, guys. In all honesty, we are. Now, I did want to just really quickly, before we get out of here, I do want to show Mr. Wick what his certain went towards, which is insanity. That's all I'm gonna say. But look at this, Mr. Wick, Mr. Wick. Oh, excuse me, boys. But this is what it came down to, boys. This. I've never, by the way, I literally have never made a bramble in my life. Because the positives out of it were never really appealing unless if you were rich enough to have a Sir and an Ohm for a poison necro. And you just had it laying around, and that, I mean, not laying around, but like you didn't need it. Like you didn't need to use a Surune to make a Burroon, or you didn't need to trade the Surune with something else to get a Burroon. Like, you know, things like that, right? But if you had... So that's what I'm saying. I've never made Bramble in my life. Because the purpose of this seems to be for a huge poison skill build. And the Thorns Aura, which literally screams out Necromancer to everybody, right? Like, Necromancers are the class that does poison skill damage and could benefit from Thorns Aura if they have summons, right? Like if they have like a skeleton army or whatever. I'm trying to think, like, would there be really any other huge case use for this? No. Really? And it sucks? I mean, the plus to 49... By the way, oh, Mr. Wick. So look at this, dude. We got a So using your Surune, we got a perfect Thorns roll and a one-off perfect poison damage roll. Isn't that insane? I don't know. I don't know if you were here for the stream. Maybe you were. Jeez Louise, I keep forgetting. But we were talking about this, that this character, or not this character, sorry, the other character, like my main character, it rolled you that perfect infinity. It did have bad luck, though. That character had bad luck with stone, or what was it? I think it was you, or no, it wasn't you. It was somebody else. We rolled like 3 stones, all of them bad. But infinity perfect. This is one-off perfect. You know what else the character rolled? It was the second day. It was the second stream before last. Like before the ladder ended. We rolled a decent dream, but this was the last thing that we rolled. One-off perfect flickering flame. One-off perfect coven. One-off perfect something else. I forget what the frick it was. Anything else? Dude, all one-off perfect. Insane. And again, I've never made one, but now that I have one, maybe I could try out to do some poison damage testing, like for example, like with a necro or whatever. But this, I just felt like, dude, you know what? People say that the Thorns Aura isn't all half bad anymore, or like how they, not that they changed it, but they like they gave the amount of damage that you get hit for is pretty consistent with what the Thorns aura should be doing. So I figured, I'm like, this is the only armor that gives Thorns aura. And you know what? This is a pure demon build. So we need as much damage as possible. So if somebody hits her, let her take that hit, boy. And we have fanaticism on our own. And he comes with what? Might aura. So our mercenary is going to have might, thorns, obviously cure, so cleansing, and meditation. And we have fanaticism, level 12 actually, not level 9, level 12, which is that secret little +3 to fanaticism paladin only. I know we're not a paladin, but don't worry, for O skills it does apply. And then our baby girl here has concentration. I mean, you literally can't get better than this, I don't think. Is there any other armor that's a damage? I mean, the only thing I could think of is Infinity, right? On the mercenary instead of Insight. Like, but that's for physical damage. It's not really that much of a deal besides the negative defense that it provides. So it makes things easier to hit. But outside of that, this is pretty much our boy, our final pure demon boy that we've made at the very, very last week, last end of season. Because I was very curious how this would work once we have our beast. This was awesome. And this is going to be a trophy build. Even though it's actually, I didn't even put, look, I still have one skill remaining. I didn't make it, officially perfecto. But essentially what it's there to do, it will do. And this is kind of crazy. So we have fanaticism, concentration, might, thorns. I mean, incredible, you know? Oh, all right, guys. It is time for me to get out of here. I know that it's not usually I'd be still rocking and jamming and let's keep going. But again, the summer is over, so I have a completely different schedule. I have to, I just have to, not only do I have to get up in the morning just like usual, just like every day, every regular day of going to work. But on top of that, I need to focus on preparing everything when it comes to teaching, and then I have to have enough energy to come stream at night, which is again why I have a very big feeling that we're just gonna go to my original way of how I streamed back in the day, of course, during the school year, which was I would stream in the late morning / early afternoon, right before the kids get off from school. And then if I was lucky, or if something, I don't know, cleared up, or if there was a special day or something, then I would stream in the evenings. So like evenings, let's say how I streamed today, 7:30, right? But the 7 o'clock thing is off the table completely. If I were to stream in the evenings, it would be probably starting half an hour ago, or maybe starting now, and then streaming for an hour, maybe an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. Again, that's why I'm saying I think it's kind of almost pointless to stream for an hour. It's kind of pointless, besides getting that YouTube view, or just keeping it consistent. But I think it might be pointless to stream for an hour, because then I have to go to sleep. but what we will be doing, but again, not even this week yet. This week is still like my testing week, or sorry, like my hectic week. So again, guaranteed to start, next week, even when it comes to the season stuff. Like I won't be able to see that's the sad part about this, is that, the season starts on Friday, and pretty much, but you know what's good about Fridays is that Fridays are oh, excuse me, one of the least popular days for anybody doing anything school related, because it's the last day of the week, right? So all tests are already done and all that stuff. So that's why I will be able to be there for the ladder reset, but I'm not going to be there exactly at 7. There's no way. But I will be like able to stream like the evening on Friday with the season launch, right? It's going to be fun. It's going to be hopefully super fun, but in general, we'll be doing some weird, late morning / early afternoon streams, and then that might just be like it. Like that's how I used to do it. It might be it, but now that the community is growing and people like want more rushes and stuff like that, I mean, unfortunately, I don't know, like I want to be there for everybody and everything like that, but I can't like guarantee, I can't guarantee things like this anymore, at least for the regular schedule that I used to have, right? And like I said, for a lot of you guys are new, like this community with Howie and everything kind of sprung up over the summer, and that wasn't the case. Like if you guys go to any of my videos from before I met Howie, from before like this season or whatever, they were all pretty much, for the majority part, single player, and it was done, like I said, late morning / early afternoon, because I wake up in the morning, I do stuff, I have to help out my pops and stuff like that, and then I come back home right, let's say around noon / before noon, and then I gotta prepare. And then, so that's when I had that little window of still a little bit of energy, obviously, because it's still the afternoon. So the energy level is up. So I have energy to stream and, be in a good mood and stuff like that. And then, and then I would work in the evenings, and then that would be it. So like the streams were different than what you guys are used to, at least the people that are kind of used to coming here during the summer for this season. And that's why I just wanted to like let you guys know, like a little heads up that it, and I don't feel bad, and don't you guys don't even feel bad if you guys can't make it to the streams or anything like that. No, because it's different. It's different. But what can I do? Like this was the original plan. That's how it always was for this whole past year. And then it was just when when Howie's community and my community kind of like got together, and we started growing this bigger community, and people maybe started relying on, me for some rushes, like during the evenings or whatever, and I'll still be doing rushes and all that good stuff. So that's not going away. It's just that it'll be on a different timetable, right? So that's how it's going to be, guys. So anyways, I will still showcase this non-ladder, this crazy, thorns, concentration, fanaticism. I'm very interested, especially once they adjust the demon damage. I feel like this will become even more effective, even more strong, because damage to the that the demon does will not be heavily or as much reliant on the plus to skills of the bound demon skill, and therefore the fanaticism from beast will have a much bigger impact, and therefore also, again, everything kind of in a sense will have a much bigger impact on her damage, or on the bound demon's damage, versus the bound demon's skill itself. To sing ching, right? So that's interesting. That's gonna be interesting, and I will revisit this trophy character for sure, on non-ladder, of course, like, because this is not ladder anymore. And for any future testing that we need to do, we might have to do it with some of our non-ladder characters, right? Also for next season, so if you guys have not been because for next season I'm gonna try to. I think I'm not gonna use this account because, dude, this is such a nice little memory of when Reign of the Warlock came out, and this is what we've done. And again, the season before this last season, I had on my main account like those memories. And because again, usually I don't play like that much ladder, and so for next season, we're gonna use. Excuse me. We're gonna use a. The second account that I bought, like, for streaming. So it's still going to be Sir Jable's Gaming, but I think with an extra G, I always forget, with an extra G or like an X at the end or something like that to identify that it's different. And any of you guys who are friends with me on Battle.net, obviously I'll be able to, we'll have to refriend each other, but no worries, I'll still be, exactly as I am. And then, yeah, I think that's about it. I mean, did I miss anything? Season starts on Friday, guys, 7 p.m. Central, which would be 5 p.m. Western, like Pacific time. And 8 o'clock, like Atlantic time, Eastern, right? So, be there or be square. I won't be there actually at 7 o'clock exactly on the dot. I will not be there, but join, go watch Mr. Howie. If you're part of the Wolf Pack, for any of the VOD watchers obviously out there, go to Howie Diablo on YouTube. He's doing like a big thing where everybody that is going to start off the ladder is going to start as a werewolf druid. And unfortunately, like I said, because I won't be able to be there on time, I'm not going to be part of this 8-man, this full party seasonal playthrough. But hopefully I can be in the sidelines later as a warlock, just in case, as a support class and things like this. Good luck to everybody who's going to join, Mr. Howie. And yeah, good luck. Who knows? Who knows what BlizzCon still will reveal. Hopefully it's good. And hopefully they're trolling us with like the little changes that they made for real. And yeah, hopefully we have fun. But again, if like, I'll be honest with you guys, if it turns out that BlizzCon doesn't reveal anything and they just stick with those normal item changes that they made, I mean, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'll not only be a little disappointed, unless if they straight up like make a post saying that they were trying to test the waters with these minor changes and that many changes are gonna come down the pipeline. But if they do nothing at BlizzCon and this is all that is gonna be there, I might go back to single player, like, in all honesty. because, and as much as I love like playing, ladder and being, and like, kind of the community growing here and everything like this, I've showed everything that I can to everybody. So if anybody wants to mimic what I've been doing to help rush people or whatever, they could take on the reins. And it's not like that I would be leaving the community. No, no, no. It's just that, I don't know, like during the school year, the whole thing that I would always do was single player. And when ladder started having the warlock and changes, I came back to ladder. Meaning I used to be a ladder fan 10 years ago or 50 or whatever, like I don't know, just in general, right, when I was younger, because why not? Everybody had more time and yada yada. But as an adult, like you just kind of, yeah, I don't know, like I don't have time to, let's say, like if nothing is cool happening, like why would I don't know, because it takes a lot of dedication, by the way, for what I did. Just FYI, you know people don't realize this, but like I had a skipper for nightmare, I had a skipper for normal, I had a rushing sork, I had a paladin for ubers and colossal ancients, so many different warlocks, which again most of them were just for fun, but the main warlock, of course, this is very much dedication, right? And the thing is, if I'm not able to be there when most of you guys are there, which for example I'm guessing for the majority of people that work, that don't have a schedule like me, they pretty much are able to play towards the end of the day. And that is the opposite for me. It's the complete opposite. So during the school year, I cannot play towards the end of the day, which means that like I can't really rush people. Like when am I going to be able to rush people? Like if nobody's at home during the like late morning / early afternoon, when can I do when can I help people with colossal ancients, or when can I help people with ubers, right? Even if I did the same thing that I did last season, right? This is what I'm trying to tell you guys, that like this takes a lot of work and a lot of stuff, like maybe you guys don't realize, but it does. And if I cannot, if I'm not going to be there to be able to help people during their preferred times, then it's kind of pointless for me to really be taking ladder that seriously. And so unless if something crazy happens on BlizzCon that they announce, or something really like, starts getting changed, that I'm so excited about that, like no matter what, regardless of people wanting my rushes or regardless of people wanting my help from ladder, that then I'd be playing ladder if there's crazy things happening in D2R, like in general, like if they're changing things up, I'd love to test new things out, blah blah blah. Remember, I'm like a tester at heart. I'm an analyzer, right? An analyst. But if that's going to be the case and most of the community is on in the evenings and that's when I'm not on, then there's no real point for me to actually create this whole system of skippers, of a paladin, of a sork, of all this stuff. And it's just the reality. It's just the truth, right? So this is not like bad news bears. I'm not like trying to be a Debbie Downer here, but there's a possibility that maybe all I do next season is after I make the Warlock, maybe I just make a Sork, maybe, and then just have her for rushing people without any skippers, without any skips, unless if somebody levels up my skip to, or my skipper to oh, who knows, maybe that would be the case. But we might just go back to offline, to single player. This was the most fun in general. My single player to me is the most fun. And ladder is very fun when you have people to play with, but that's the thing. It's not that, you know, it's going to be anybody else's fault. It's going to be my fault, but this is just how life is. I won't be able to play in the usual evenings like how I normally do. And if it is going to be, then it's going to be an exception. You know what I'm saying? So there's that, boys. I'm sorry, but that's how it is. That's just how it is, you know. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. Hey, make sure you guys transfer over your stuff, not before the new season starts, but in general before the new season ends, which then people like forget about it, and then they lose a whole bunch of runes, they lose a whole bunch of gems, they lose a whole bunch of materials. And now that we have, and by the way, this is new kind of, because we didn't have like the stash tab and the runes tab and all that stuff before in the Warlock. So this is kind of new for people. Like, people might not realize how important it is and how you can stack up wealth if you really want to, let's say, complete your chronicle on non-ladder for the rune words, or yada yada yada, like whatever it is, right? Or crafting amulets, crafting rings, using perfect gems, like, or re-rolling high level grand charms, or whatever it is, right? So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, give it a thumbs up, hit the like button, make sure you're subscribed, and I will see you in the next one, which is most likely not going to be tomorrow. It'll literally be on Friday on season start. But I won't be here exactly at 7. Yeah, for sure not. But I will try to be here as soon as possible. And again, see, that's the thing. Like, I don't, like, how long can I even play? I have to wake up super early in the morning on Saturday, because that's what I do. And meaning I have to be up for work, because the school year started. So there's like no excuses. And so I can't, dude, I don't even know how long I'm gonna play on season start. That's the sad thing about this whole thing, man. They chose such a bad week for me. Ay, Dios mío. Well, what you gonna do? Anyways, peace out, y'all. Have a good one. Thank you, everybody, for stopping by, and I will see you in the next one on ladder start, probably, roughly. All right, peace out, y'all. Have a good one.